Hello friends, welcome to Notes Hunting. In this video, I am going to explain the topic ecological pyramids. Before entering into this topic, we must know about food chain and food web. The sequence of eating and being eaten by an organism in an ecosystem is called food chain. Usually, it is referred to as the transfer of food energy from the plants through a series of organisms. In this picture, grass uses the light energy from sun and converts it into food energy. This food energy is consumed by herbivores and later that herbivore is consumed by carnivores. A food chain always starts with plant life and ends with animal. In a linear food chain, if one species gets affected or becomes extinct, then the species in the subsequent trophic levels are also affected. The interlocking pattern of various food chains in an ecosystem is called food web. Here, many food chains are interconnected where different types of organisms are connected at different trophic levels so that there is a number of opportunities of eating and being eaten at each trophic level. See this picture here. Grass may be eaten by rats, rabbits and goats. This may be eaten by carnivores in the next two trophic levels. So, there is an interlocking of various food chains. Here, the energy flows from plant through different trophic levels. If one species gets affected in a food web, it does not affect other trophic levels so seriously. Food chains and food webs play a very important role in the ecosystem. Energy flow and nutrient cycling takes place through them. They maintain and regulate the population size of different trophic levels and thus help in maintaining ecological imbalance. Now, we move on to the topic ecological pyramids. Ecological pyramid is a graphical representation of structure, function and relationship between different organisms at different trophic levels in an ecosystem. The pyramid is also known as trophic pyramid, energy pyramid and sometimes as food pyramid also. A trophic level is the group of organisms within an ecosystem which occupy the same level in a food chain. Here, an organism occupies a position in a food chain and thus we can know what it eats and what eats it. There are 5 main trophic levels within a food chain, each of which differs in its nutritional relationship with the primary energy source. They are primary producers, primary, secondary, tertiary consumers and apex predators. The primary energy source in any ecosystem is the sun. The solar radiation from the sun provides the input of energy which is used by the primary producers. They are also known as autotrophs. Primary producers are usually plants and algae which perform photosynthesis in order to manufacture their own food source. The primary producers make up the first trophic level. In essence, it is the base of the ecological pyramid. The rest of the trophic levels are made up of consumers. They are also known as heterotrophs. They cannot produce their own food, so they must consume other organisms in order to acquire nutrition. The second trophic level consists of herbivores. These organisms gain energy by eating primary producers, so they are called primary consumers. Trophic level 3 consists of carnivores and omnivores which eat herbivores. These are called the secondary consumers. Trophic level 4 contains carnivores and omnivores which eat secondary consumers and are known as tertiary consumers. Carnivores are animals that survive only by eating other animals, whereas omnivores eat animals and plant materials. Trophic level 5 consists of apex predators. These animals have no natural predators and are therefore placed at the top of the food chain. 3 types of ecological pyramids are there. They are pyramids of numbers, pyramids of energy and pyramids of biomass. Let me explain them individually in detail. The pyramid of numbers is the graphical representation of number of individuals per unit area of various trophic levels. Large number of producers tend to form the base, whereas the lower number of top predators or carnivores occupy the tip. I have taken a grassland ecosystem as an example here. The producers are grasses which are small in size and large in numbers. So they occupy the lowermost level of the pyramid. The primary consumers such as rats, rabbits and grasshoppers occupy the second trophic level as its number is lower compared to that of grass. The secondary consumers such as lizards and snakes, which are even larger in size and smaller in number, form the third level. Eagles, hawks, vultures are some tertiary consumers which occupy the top layer as the numbers of them are the least. We can easily understand from this figure that the size of the organisms are increasing, whereas the total number of organisms in the trophic level gets decreases in the upright direction. The unit used in this pyramid is number of organisms. Next we are going to see pyramids of energy. This pyramid represents the amount of energy present in each trophic level. Actually, it is a graphical structure representing the flow of energy through each trophic level of a food chain over a fixed part of the natural environment. The given picture is an example for energy pyramid. Here, sun is the main source of all energy. The primary producers take in energy from the sun. Out of the 100% total energy available to the plants, only around 10% is made into the plant tissue, while 90% is used up and is lost as heat. At each of the subsequent trophic levels, the same amount of energy, that is 90%, is lost as heat, while 10% is turned into available biomatter. By the time the energy reaches the top trophic level, the apex predators will only receive 0.01% of the primary energy. This is the reason why energy pyramids are always upright. Also, decomposers like bacteria and fungi can acquire nutrients and energy from all the trophic levels by breaking down dead or decaying organisms. Then the nutrients go back into the soil and are taken up by the plants again. It is called the nutrient cycle. Energy pyramids are expressed in terms of energy per area per time, that is kilojoules meter square inverse and years inverse. Next I am going to explain about the pyramids of biomass. The biomass pyramids show the amount of biomass, that is living or organic matter present in an organism, which present per unit area at each trophic level. A pyramid of biomass is generally ascertained by gathering all the organisms occupying each trophic level separately and measuring their dry weight. Biomass is calculated by the mass of each individual into the number of individuals at each trophic level. I have taken the forest ecosystem as an example here. The trees are the producers and they are the maximum in number, contributing to a huge biomass. The next trophic levels are the herbivores and then the carnivores. The topmost level is the tertiary consumers, which are few and hence having low biomass. The typical units used in biomass pyramids are grams per square meter or kilogram per square meter. Now I am going to explain the functions of the ecological pyramids. An ecological pyramid not only shows us the feeding patterns of organisms in different ecosystems, but can also give us an insight into how inefficient energy transfer is, and shows the influence that a change in numbers at one trophic level can have the change in the trophic levels above and below it. When data are collected over the years, the effect of the changes that takes place in the environment and the organisms can be studied by comparing those data. During this study, if the conditions of an ecosystem are found to be worsening over the years due to pollution or overhunting and damages caused by humans, then the actions should be taken to prevent further damage and possibly reverse some of the present damages, so that we can protect our environment also. Thank you for watching this video. If you felt that this video is useful for you, then give us a like and subscribe our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon also. If you need any lectures in the subject of environmental science and engineering, engineering chemistry and computer science and engineering, please ask us in the comment section. We will try to upload it soon. Thank you. Bye.